Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Hello, folks. Thank you for tuning in on this Super Sunday. I'm Dustin Klemann. We hope you had a good evening. Treacherous road conditions and several more inches of snow. Winter blanketing the region today. After a string of warm weather weeks, city crews hitting the streets to begin plowing and hauling the main arterials. On several streets, including Grand Avenue, crews will create berms that will later be hauled away. With that being the case, more than 3 inches on the ground, the city will also begin plowing residential streets tonight, beginning at midnight. Here's a map showing those regions. CMG contractors will start in Zone 3 on the Billings West End. Zone 4 will be the final area to be plowed. That's on the south side. Remember, snow will not be hauled away, so the city requests you move your cars if possible. For updates, you can see the City of Billings Engineering Facebook page for the very latest on where they are in zones. The snow is also forcing the closures of several area schools, including Pryor, St. Labray, and Miles City. Also a 10 o'clock start for Lodgegrass schools. Alternate bus routes will be used by Billings Public Schools. And among all of this, highways especially dangerous with areas of black ice and snow cover. Take a look at some of the issues motorists had this weekend on secondary highways around the region. Officials are asking people to avoid travel if necessary, as many headaches were caused. No word on any injuries in any of these crashes. I'll check in with Montana this morning for the latest conditions. Right now, we check in with Brett McCrummon tonight on what's ahead.
What's ahead is it's going to get worse before it gets better. We're looking at more snow.
Bad news. Then good news, though, right?
Well, good news is the snow, it will start to taper off, but we're going to have to wait a little while before that. Let's go ahead and take a look at snow estimates. We've filled this in quite a bit since 5:30 this evening, and as we take this out into Tuesday, you're going to see where that swath of snow, the highest amounts, the highest totals are going to be in between those two blue lines. Let's go ahead and take a look at our satellite radar mix right now, and we're setting up much like we saw last night, that wide swath from up around the Cut Bank, Great Falls area into Lewistown, down into Billings, and also portions of southeastern Montana. The snow will continue throughout tonight and carry over into tomorrow. We do have watches and warnings that we'll show you here in just a little bit, but travel is going to be treacherous, especially areas to our east, and also we've got black ice reports to our west. And make sure that you carry a winter survival kit, and don't travel if you absolutely don't have to. We'll have your complete forecast and show you more with the weather and where the snow is going to be in just a few minutes.
All right, Brett, thank you very much. New tonight at 10, a Great Falls man is dead after an apparent climbing accident near Augusta this afternoon. A group of 5 people were ice climbing at Cataract Falls when one of them fell. Cataract Falls is off Elk Creek Road, about 20 miles west of Augusta. Falls are remote and difficult to access with limited cell service and deep snow, and that creating issues to get the man help. Lewis and Clark County Sheriff's Office says the man was an avid climber and familiar with the area. His identity has not been released. Back here in the Magic City to Crime Watch, a man stabbed, then thrown into jail after breaking into an ex-girlfriend's home this morning in the Magic City. 19-year-old Jared Archuleta allegedly broke into the home on the Billings South Side and knocked over his girlfriend. She armed herself with a knife and stabbed Archuleta in the shoulder and back before he fled the home. He was taken to Billings Clinic for medical treatment, then booked at the Yellowstone County Jail. Faces felony aggravated burglary and an assault charge. Also, a Billings man is behind bars today, accused of raping a 15-year-old girl during her school lunch break. 20-year-old Dylan Curtin is charged with sexual intercourse without consent. The victim told her school resource officer that she left school to get lunch and encountered Curtin, who she talked to on Facebook. The girl agreed to go to Hardee's with Curtin, and he took her through the alley behind the Hobby Lobby. That's where the victim reports Curtin forcibly raped her. Curtin took the girl back to school, and when she went back, she went to the hospital for a sexual assault exam. The DNA collected during the exam positively matches Curtin. He's being held at the Yellowstone County Jail tonight on a $200,000 bond. To national news, members of Congress appeared on Sunday political shows reacting to the release of a controversial memo written by a GOP House staffer. It alleges the FBI abused its surveillance powers while investigating possible ties between the Trump campaign and Russia. Laura Podesta breaks down what both sides had to say.
Democrats criticized Friday's release of the controversial memo compiled by Republican staffers on the House Intelligence Committee. They're calling it an attack on the nation's intelligence and security agencies.
The interest wasn't oversight. The interest was a political hit job on the FBI in the service of the president.
The memo claims that just before the 2016 election, FBI agents sought to surveil Trump campaign foreign policy advisor Carter Page for possible Russian collusion. To obtain a warrant to monitor Page, the agents presented a dossier compiled by Christopher Steele, a former British spy. Steele, according to the memo, was paid $160,000 by the Democratic National Committee and Hillary Clinton's campaign.
I would argue it's also somewhat unprecedented to rely on political opposition research to instruct and inform an application, and it's really bad precedent and unprecedented to not tell a court that a source has this level of bias.
President Trump tweeted Saturday night, "The FBI became a tool of anti-Trump political actors. This is unacceptable in a democracy." Democrats say the American people should note that a corresponding memo written by Democrats was not released in conjunction with the Republican one. If it were, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi says it would become clear that the Republicans are cherry-picking facts. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer is calling on the president to back the public release of the Democratic rebuttal to the GOP memo. Schumer contends the public is getting a one-sided account of the FBI's role in the investigation. Also, 2 people are dead after an Amtrak passenger train collided with a parked CSX freight train in South Carolina today. More than 116 people injured. Chris Van Cleve reports from Columbia, South Carolina.
Early indications are Amtrak train 91 was traveling at about 59 miles per hour when it hit a freight train early this morning near Columbia, South Carolina. On board the New York to Miami train were nearly 150 passengers and crew. The 54-year-old engineer, Michael Kempf of Savannah, Georgia, and 36-year-old conductor Mike Sella of Orange Park, Florida, were both killed when the lead locomotive and some of the passenger cars derailed. Margaret Fisher is the Lexington County coroner.
We should have had a lot more casualties, but we didn't.
116 people were taken to area hospitals with a range of injuries.
The CSX was on the track that it was supposed to be on, and that appears to be a loading track.
The National Transportation Safety Board is now on scene to investigate the crash.
That switch was, as they say in the railroad industry, lined and locked, which basically means it was aligned for the trains coming down this way to be diverted into the siding.
Investigators remain here on the tracks. The NTSB was able to get its hands on the forward-facing camera inside the Amtrak locomotive. That video is being sent to Washington to be analyzed. Take a look at the train cars. You can see the force of this collision knocked them completely off the tracks. This is the 3rd fatal Amtrak crash that the NTSB has been investigating since December. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, West Columbia, South Carolina.
We'll be following that both on air, online with any updates. NFL season is over, and after a myriad of issues, including controversies over whether or not players would stand for the national anthem, a veterans bar here in Billings stopped showing NFL games until today. The VFW Post 1664 in South Billings prepared to show the Super Bowl today. The bar started showing the NFL games partway through the postseason. Management says they made the decision based on the networks not showing the anthem beyond. A part of the reason why they began banning NFL games throughout the regular season was that they felt NFL players were being disrespectful toward veterans.
They are going against everything we stand for, and so that's why we boycotted it, but now they're not. We just decided to let it come back the last 3 weeks. They weren't showing the national anthem on TV anymore, and they weren't showing people what they were doing, whether they were kneeling, standing.
A cook says the decision to bring back the games was not based on the amount of business, which he says went well even without the NFL. Still ahead on the Sunday edition of the Q2 10 o'clock news, the sheep and wool industry is an important piece to Montana's economy. We'll have what issues were discussed this week in the Lone Star State. And later in sports, in case you missed it, highlights from Super Bowl 52 on the way. No commercials or Justin Timberlake, though.